Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. And breaking news coming out of Spain is that Real Madrid are about to sign Jude Bellingham. And that can't be true, surely, because loads of people have been telling me that he's about to sign for Liverpool. And I hate to say, I told you so again, because Jude Bellingham is not going to Liverpool, is not going to Manchester United, is not going to Manchester City either. He looks like he is headed for Real Madrid in a €120 million deal potentially between Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. We are hearing reports that terms are agreed between Real Madrid and the player, and also that fee close to being agreed as well between the two clubs. Real Madrid getting their business done very, very swiftly. And when you look at their midfield past and their midfield history, you know, Cruz, Modric, Casemiro winning all those Champions Leagues, being absolutely elite. And then they're going by Camavinga, Tchouaméni, they got Valverde. And now they're going by Jude Bellingham. It's not bad, is it, replacing your midfield? I wish we did that as swiftly in that midfield area. Real Madrid accumulating some of the best young midfield talents in the world. And Jude Bellingham has been continuing his development, having left Birmingham City for Borussia Dortmund. He's been continuing his development in the Bundesliga, appearing in the Champions League as well, doing really well for his country. And now he's earned himself a big money move to Real Madrid. A lot of people thought he would be coming back to England and potentially head into the Premier League and one of the clubs that are in the Premier League, because I'm sure they'd all be queuing up to sign him. But it looks like he's going to go and test himself in Spain. I'm sure from his side of things, you know, if things weren't to go to plan for him in Spain, I'm sure he's still got that move available to him in England, because I think clubs would still want him. And he's at an age where even if he spends 4 or 5 years in Spain, he's still got plenty of time to come back and play some football in the Premier League. So he's at a great age. I think he's making the right decision as well. I think there's been a lot of people running around saying he's the best midfielder in the world and all that kind of thing right now. And I don't think that's true. But I think he has the potential to be one of them. And at Real Madrid, I think he's at the perfect place. Yes, there's pressure on him at Real Madrid. But also, he's away from the spotlight in terms of the British media and, you know, the kind of things that they can do, the pressure that they can put on players that go for huge money and those kind of things. He's away from that kind of intense Premier League spotlight. He can continue his development. He'll be playing Champions League football, probably winning a few of those as well. I think it's the right move for him. And as much as I would have loved to see him come to Manchester United, and I'd love to see all the best young English talent sign for Manchester United, also, it's good to see some of them go abroad, you know, following the footsteps of the likes of David Beckham, who tested himself at Real Madrid. That broke my heart, but still. Gareth Bale, who went over there and did magnificent things. So to follow in their footsteps and go over to Spain or other countries and try and challenge themselves and better themselves. And they've still got that option of coming back to the Premier League, especially at Jude Bellingham's age. So I think it's an absolutely huge move for him. We'll look at some of those reports. We hear from Marca in Spain. They say Real Madrid are close to Jude Bellingham signing for a deal worth 100 to 120 million euros. The deal is very close. Fabrizio Romano then jumped on that, saying Real Madrid are close to a complete deal to sign Jude Bellingham. Confirmed. Negotiations and progress into the final stages. Personal terms almost agreed. Juni Calafat, crucial again. New meeting has been scheduled to complete the agreement with Borussia Dortmund. I love how Real Madrid can just go to Borussia Dortmund and get a deal done kind of on the low. I know this is broken now, but it's nearly done according to all these reports. And when it comes to Man United trying to sign someone of them or another English club, they had that Premier League tax. They're dragging their heels. They're negotiating for the whole summer. Maybe this will continue to drag on, but it feels like one that's going to get done super early. Real Madrid doing their business really, really well as well. They've had huge success in recent years, winning all those Champions Leagues. They've not rested on their laurels like some clubs may do. We're looking at you, the Glazers. They've not rested on their laurels. They've continued to build a team that's looking for more success. And Jude Bellingham, a massive, massive signing for anyone. But I hate to say, I told you so. It was never going to... I never thought he'd come to Man United. After it failed to come to Dortmund, I didn't think that would happen. I thought it would be Man City or Real Madrid. And I'm glad he's going to Real Madrid and not Manchester City. because Pep would do wonderful things with him as well. Maybe that's a move that he has further down the line. I knew he wasn't going to go to Liverpool. They're not going to compete with that kind of transfer fee, 120 million euro transfer fee, and the kind of wages that he'd be able to demand as well. Now, I don't think Jude Bellingham's a player that is going to move just for the money, but he's still going to be able to demand, when Real Madrid and Manchester City are in for you, you're going to have to compete with what they can offer. Otherwise, you're not even going to be able to sit down at the table. So, yeah, I knew that was never going to happen. Chelsea, they've spent a lot of money in midfield. They need to spend big in other positions now, despite the fact they've already spent 600, 700 million. So I'm glad he's not going to Manchester City. The last thing you'd want to see is them lift the Premier League again, go inside Jude Bellingham, potentially could win the European Cup. It makes me sick. I hope they don't do the treble, man. I got a feeling we do them at Wembley, though, weirdly. Even though they're obvious favourites. I've got a weird feeling that we'll do them at Wembley. Which reminds me, tickets, the ballots begins today. I have to enter that to get tickets for the final. What a final that's going to be. Man City versus Manchester United at Wembley. First Manchester derby in an FA Cup final as well. That is going to be some squeaky bomb time there at Wembley. And I will be there for that. Yeah, man, let us know what your thoughts are on the Jude Bellingham story. Obviously, Manchester United are in action tomorrow against Brighton. We'll have reaction to that as well on this channel, so make sure you're keeping it locked for that. Plenty more content to be coming your way too. Yeah, Manchester United wise, obviously Liverpool, get into a position where they're just behind us. They play tonight. I think did they take on Fulham tonight, is it? Let me just double check that on my phone. Yeah, they take on Fulham tonight. So let's say Liverpool win their game. They go 4 points behind us, having played 2 games more. If United can win one of these next 2 games, and the 2 difficult games, Brighton away, West Ham away, and then with the home games we've got coming, top 4 is done, I think. But you have to win those games, and if you don't win the next 2 games, well, actually, even if you draw them, you're probably all right. They have 2 points there. Probably. You don't want to get too complacent, but it does feel like Monday Night Football did a thing with Opta stats, and it said like 96% or something. Man United get top 4. Now, obviously, stranger things have happened, but we'd have to lose most of our games, and 3 wins will do it for us now. So, if we can get one of those wins in one of those next 2 games, those big away games, with the home games we've got coming up, I think we've got Fulham, Wolves, Chelsea, got Bournemouth away. You'd expect us to be able to pick up the enough wins there to just kind of cement it home and see the season out, hopefully resting a few players. Rafael Varane's close to a return as well. He's going to miss the next 2 games, but he should be back very, very soon, which is great news, especially with that cup final in mind. So let us know your thoughts on everything we have discussed today. Make sure you're keeping it like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, I'm out of here.